agency that I was in my internship at was uh, the Presentation Lansing Center. And so a little quick overview of the Presentation Lansing Center is that they were actually founded by the Presentations of the Sisters, and they were actually looking for like there were some sisters that were looking for the needs of the community, and they found that a big part of the community that was in need was the immigrant population, and so that's where the Presentation Lantern Center became um, what it is now. And it's actually a place where people from different countries or just anyone who wants to learn a different language or wants to like succeed in their goals, the presentation answer is there, and um, they really do provide a place of hospitality and a lot of resources uh, for them to like move forward in their lives. So a big part of it is language barrier that a lot of immigrants face, and so what they will do is provide uh, tutoring for those people, and so tutoring for GED, English, or citizenship, they are there to help. Um, but yeah, that's a little overview of the the Prestige Center and what they do. Um, and I'd say that my internship experience, I learned a lot in the aspect of what it means to be truly a hospital because uh, the first thing that the immigrants come into a foreign country is, are they being welcome? Like how are they being treated? And so what the precision always does is when there's a person who walks into the door, stop what you're doing and say hello, or smile or wave, and acknowledging, acknowledging them is a huge factor because afterwards you can like bring it down to even the conversation and build a relationship. So that's the biggest part where the Lensers taught me is that from building relationships, there's more ways to learn, but also allows for the person to grow. And really, in all, the the tutoring part I did once in a while, um, but it wasn't really the thing that I enjoyed the most more than uh, actually, I'll take it back. There was one time where I actually did tutor someone that was math, a subject that I haven't used for a long time, but I honestly enjoyed it back in the day. And this allowed me to apply the skills that I learned and actually put it in perspective how the person in front of me might not know the math situation, like the math problems. And so how can I break it down to a base one? And so I was able to teach it to her, and she loved it, and she wanted me to be a teacher. So I really learned that actually building these relationships create them to have ambitions too, because she said she wanted to go back to like do math, and because of me, she felt like she could do something about it. That she felt this uh like I should say rejoice of having to learn again math, but even that's where she felt that she still had goals and ambitions to complete here in the U.S. And so one of the things that I did in my research was um, looking into immigrants and their mental health. But what the route I took was to take it in a STEM, like looking at the root of the problem, like when how does mental health arise and mental health issues arise in their lives. And so one of the things is that uh, they face poverty when they come into the U.S. And uh, one of the things that they do is remit, which remit means like sending money or to some place back in their country, to send give away money back to their family and country. They come here and already are unequipped like with the skills to like get a job, let alone like the language barrier would make other obstacles harder. But at that point, like there's not enough money, not enough income to give out this money still to the families, but they still do. And what it actually does from the research is it provides like them the sadness uh, that can come up of it, and the more stressful their lives are, the more they're more like able to bring out their pre-existing health uh, issues that could arise. So one of them could be anxiety, depression, or the others could be like heart disease, Alzheimer's. You know, the more stress you have, the more it's gonna eventually come. And then what I found out for solutions is to provide these basic needs, such as having a place of belonging, which uh, which was what the lantern is providing too. But during my research, that's where I found out that maybe some help the presentation lantern can provide is financial planning, as like reduce the level of stress, um, but also provide have possibly having a counselor, even though it could be difficult, but always having a counselor available will help the agency even more in building this place of belonging for the immigrants. And I'd say one social work competency that I identify with is I'd say diversity and uh, ethics, because I feel that as like the amount of times that I've talked to other people and the person they center, whether it be the children who have language barriers, so, or whether it be other people who like just don't speak the language of English, like are there to share who they are with me, and I was able to work with them and understand at what level they were coming from, with if they're open to the culture of the U.S. or where they weren't, and like how do we help you be more involved with us and be inclusive. And so that is the one that I feel like I'm most identified with. But other than that, I'd say the presentation learners provide uh, the biggest understanding of what hospitality truly means, and the skill that it'll totally take for me to keep on going forward would be, yeah, hospitality. You know, to provide every person I need a sense of belonging as a social worker. Thanks.